So 27, Ehven Haezer, Hilchos Kiddushin, 27, and we are in Seif Test 9.
Nasnahi, so she gives the Amrullah, and she says to him, Hilach dinar zeh. So she gives a dinar, which I guess is much more than a pruta. It's,
Right,
I guess, much more significant. A dinar is this one. Matana, as a gift, be'eskadash l'cha, and then I will be betrothed to you with it. V'lokhu, and he takes it. Ba'amar, and then he says back to her, Harei at mekudeshes li b'hanazu. You're betrothed to me with the enjoyment, with the pleasure that I'm getting from this shekibalti that from receiving it from you, matana, from this gift from you. So im adam chashuv harezu mikudeshes, if he's an important man, then it is mikudeshes. Shahana yeshla, is this hana that she is receiving
right. From the fact that he's getting hana, she gets hana. So it's considered that she's gaining pleasure worth more than a pruta.
The fact that she gave a dinar much more than a pruta means that she's valuing this much more. So there's much more hana from him accepting this, and so it's with this hana that Banazu haknasa atzma loy. It's this hana that she is being acquired to him.
Right. Meaning it's not from the hana that he's getting out of the dinner.
Right.
But rather from the hana that she gets out of him having hana from the dinner.
And the fact that she used the dinner.
Since he's an Adam Chashuv, we consider that to be worth more than a pruta. That hana.
Yeah, and well, I think what's very important here is that the fact that she's using a dinar shows that and expresses that. That's her consent.
Yeah,
so to speak,
love dafka. Does it say it can't? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure
if it's a dinner dafka or not.
There's two components here. The fact that it says hilach dinar zeh, it doesn't say coin. It didn't say matbeya. If it had just said coin, we would have assumed that it's a pruta, like we know is the minimum of something of value. And then the only components would be adam chashuv. The fact is, it says dinar zeh, that it's a dinar, which is much more than a pruta, and the fact that he's in adam chashuv. It's both of these things going together. It shows that she's valuing him.
There's two questions I have on this. So one of them is it a dinar dafka, or he just because sometimes sometimes Shulchan Aruch they just use a common example that a dinner would be an amount. In other words, you wouldn't give somebody a gift of a pruta. That's like here's a pruta for a gift. Like
that's the Kiddushin.
No, but I'm saying is it a dinner specifically, or could it be any sort of, or is a dinner just representative of any chashuv gift of any gift that's substantial?
Mendel, the whole reason why a pruta works as Kiddushin is because it's significant. So
right,
the fact
but here doesn't say a pruta. Meaning,
that's what I'm saying.
Meaning the pruta is the pruta itself, but the hana of a pruta is like a watered down pruta. So a pruta wouldn't be enough.
That's what I'm saying is a pruta is enough that it's a gift. The fact that it's a dinar means it's much more. Let me tell you, as many people know, just because he's an Adam Chashuv doesn't mean that she treats him that way or she appreciates him as such.
But it doesn't. But in other words, it's a lot of times in Shulchan Aruch when it uses an example, it's just an example.
Okay, I guess
it could be she gave him a car. It could be she gave him, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's dafka money and maybe it's dafka a dinner or more. Maybe even less than a dinner, but a dinner is just the example. I'm not sure.
Okay, I guess we'll see. If my theory is correct. I'm just pointing out the fact.
Sure it hinges on other
all I wanted to point out was the fact that the Shulchan Aruch is being specific with these two things. It's very unique. The fact that they're mentioning the dinar and the fact that he has to be an Adam Chashuv. It seems that basically whatever it is that this situation is proving, and it makes sense to me that whatever, because, especially based on the conclusion that Mechaber is drawing from it. Hold on, and the point is, especially because he's quantifying the fact that all of this, whatever it is, these details are proving that she is getting a hana out of this. And based on everything that we've learned in the past so far, the things have to be clear. And then
why
let me finish. Let me finish. Based on everything that we've learned so far, that shows it's very clear that she is consenting to this thing, that she is consenting to this Kiddushin, and that there's something valuable happening. Why not a pruta? Because just a pruta wouldn't necessarily show that she values the hana of it. That might be enough of a gift that the value of the coin itself would be.
Right,
because again, it's not the coin.
Is not valued in a pruta.
You gotta let me finish. It's not the coin itself that is being mekadesh here. It's her hana that's being mekadesh. So just a pruta doesn't necessarily show that she has that kind of hana. The fact that it's extra value.
The value of a pruta. Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's the value of a hana of the enjoyment I'm getting from a pruta is not worth a whole pruta.
Right. A pruta wouldn't. However, well, hold on. A pruta wouldn't necessarily. Again, we're talking about things that are for sure things. We're not talking about suffix now. So it has to be things that are unequivocally that it's for sure. Everyone would agree this is mekudeshes. So it could be that in some cases someone is broke or whatever. A pruta would be enough.
Right. Some saying dinner. A dinner is lav dafke. It could be just the idea of something of substantial value that the hana we could say is worth a pruta.
What I'm saying is that the dinar shows because it's a much more expensive. We're talking about a C note here. We're talking about $100 bill, not just $10. One person, okay, $10 might be enough.
I'm giving a dinner to Elon Musk. Like, who cares?
Okay, so you're saying it's more relative. I think it's more literal. I guess we'll see that.
Fine. And anyways,
I think if it was something of value,
saying one or the other. I'm not saying one or the other. I'm saying it could be based on his wording. It's not clear if he means a dinner. It has to be a dinner actually.
I hear you, and I just want to clarify that I disagree. That that Shulchan Aruch is not afraid to say ki'ilu. The Shulchan Aruch has not in the past has said things like that. Something of value like this or something similar.
No, the Shulchan Aruch has many situations where it presents a situation in exact wording and in the whatever it is in the by Shmulchak, Mechekik, Taz, Shach, whatever it says. Lav dafke. This is just giving a common example of what a gift would be. For example, back then a dinner was a substantial gift. What if later on a dinner got devalued and it's not such a substantial gift? Is a dinner still? I think it could be like, in other words, something that's substantial. It's a substantial gift, not a pruta, because a pruta is not so substantial. A pruta in today's value is 10 cents.
Right.
You can be mekadesh with 10 cents. What it's saying is, if you gave $100 bill, right, then the value of the benefit of the enjoyment of that $100 bill is worth more than 10 cents.
Okay, I guess we'll find out.
Anyway, it's just the
hopefully
it doesn't say specifically one or the other, but it could be it's dafka dinner. And then also we got to quantify what's ish chashuv. I consider myself such an ish chashuv.
Adam chashuv, led of Adam, not ish. Anyway,
never mind. I'm not Adam. I'm not an Adam. So forget it. I'm out. Disqualified.
Guess we'll find out.
Fine. Okay.
Hopefully we'll find out. So anyways, I don't know. So we say nene mimeno, but no zu aknosa atzmaloi. It's sort of chakiras chachamim. So yeah, we got to finish. Mi nikra Adam she'enei chashuv lahatira b'loiket. So we need rabbis. So we need to be studied. Who's the status? If he's not important, they would not need a get. Like, what is this?
Right. By the way, it's very interesting. It's very interesting how he words it. He doesn't say. Yeah, you need to know who's an Adam Chashuv.
Right. No, we need to know who is this person.
Because the problem is, if this guy, let's say he's not an Adam Chashuv, right? Or let's say he's not generally considered an Adam Chashuv. Wait, but how do we know what the actual qualification is? So maybe there's a Kiddushin misafik at least. She needs a get because he's not the president. He's just he's the shamish in the show. Wait, is that an Adam Chashuv or not? So now there's a question. Maybe he is an Adam Chashuv. Maybe she needs a get.
Yeah, and I think it's more on is this person Chashuv or not? We need to know. We basically need to evaluate every time. Is this Chashuv? Is this like? Yeah, maybe he's a shoemaker, but maybe he's a hidden tzaddik. Like you need every time you need to
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Anyway, so that
it's funny he didn't say it the other way around because really you would need two things. You would need to know when the guy is for sure not chashuv, because then it's a Kiddushin vadai, it's a for sure Kiddushin. But then you'd also have to know when it's maybe he could be considered, and then you'd have to know which guy is for sure. Like this guy, trust me, this is not another chashuv.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm curious to see what the Bishmal and Hilchos going to say on this. Anyway, so Ramar, Yesh Bachmirin, and there's Ramachma, if you loy amra tchila, kishenosna, even if she doesn't say initially when she first gives this coin, this dinar, it's kadosh l'cha, that I am being mikadosh you. Rak nos the stam, she just gives the gift. V'amr law, and he says, his kadshi, like we said, the hanazu.
Right.
The shaska, and she's quiet, even that is considered a Kiddushin.
Right, interesting because like you said before, is her wording before, here's this dinner, a gift, and I will be betrothed to you, and then now she's already made clear that her intention that she accepts even before he
she's
did
enjoying this.
Right.
Yeah.
And not only that, but that she intends to be Mekudesh.
Right.
And then he said Hari at Mekudeshes. He said Kiddushin wording. So the only question at that point is the Hana'a worth a pruta? So if he's an important person, it's worth a pruta. If he's not an important person, it's not worth a pruta, and there's no Kiddushin, but we have to be very careful who's considered an important person. So now that Ramah's going a step further, is that right. even if she was quiet, which means she's not shown her intention. Which
she didn't verbally confirm her intention. Right. Whatchamacallit, is that the end of the sif, or is Shir HaKesef part of the sif?
No, Shir HaKesef is the next sif.
Is the next sif? Okay, I just want to make sure because on my browser the way it's showing, it's not.
Okay,
so what do we got first?
We have let's do Chakis Mechekik. Mi Nikra. So I wish maybe somebody else comments on dinner and if a dinner equivalent and all that, but not him. He starts off with who is which person is called not a chashuv person, needs chakiras chachamim, needs basically a beis din to unravel that. Miloshen zeh mashma, from this wording it implies the stam ben adam hu chashuv, but tzricha get misofik. So meaning that stam a person, meaning okay, if we're talking about the guy is the president, so fine, so we know he's an adam chashuv for sure, and that would mistama be kiddushin vade, for sure kiddushin. But even not a standard person is considered an important person, meaning as long as he's not a total bum.
Every year, this Baba Seinek, this Baruch Hu, is the Ben Yachid of the Eibishter's old age.
And as we know that even if he is a bum, he's still chachuv, like it says with Dibarta bum. You should should teach the bum also.
Right. Teach the bum. Every bum, every year, this day is a prince. It's the crown prince of the Lord.
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation with somebody. This is the controversial part of the show. I remember having a conversation with somebody where someone was talking about Yoshka and like, the son of God. And like, they're close. They just got it wrong. It's not just him. It's every Jew is the son of God.
Right. Right.
Like it's just the one guy. No, every year. Right. And it's the Lord. It's God.
By the way, I hate to tell you something else. Also. Yoshka paying for everybody's sins. That's also every Jew. What do you think?
That's also every Jew. The Yidden take on the whole world's responsibility for the whole world. No, but I was going to say a different nekuda of how you want to say, Yoshka is like the embodiment. It's the Eibishter inside a physical body. Yes, every year there's a...
But by the way, it's almost like the that's what you know how like whatever statement somebody says, almost no matter what they say, something that people answer you like that's what she said.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So with Yoshki, it's the same thing. No matter what they say about him, pretty much, it's like, so is
Yep.
every Jew. Yep, so is every Jew.
Yep,
So
exactly.
is every Jew.
Seriously. And I had this when we were learning a sikha with the guy Pinchas Pinchuk in Los Angeles at Aruch. The Baal Avin would come every Thursday night and we'd learn together. Learning the sikha of the Malachim arguing with Moshe Rabbeinu about the Torah, and how it talks about how Moshe was Isha Lakim, meaning Mechetzel Lamata, Ish Mechetzel Lamayla Lakim, and he got all nervous. It was so polite, such about Shem's Yid of just so like he was afraid to ask the question in case it was Apikarsis. I was like, just ask, and he said, like, isn't that what they say? They in quotation. And I'm like, yeah, but where did they get it from? Like, again, the worst lie is one that has truth sprinkled throughout it.
Well, that's
the biggest problem.
That's always the case. You take a little piece of something, and okay, that's true, right? Okay, now let's expand that to something that's completely.
Well, that's what Nitonach. That's why we don't learn Torah Nitonach, because that's the danger of the clip of that whole thing.
Right.
It's not because it wasn't actually Yashka's birthday. It's not even his birthday. But the whole point is that this represents that power of when you're able to take the MS that is Torah and turn it to such evil and such darkness.
Right. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse than a straight out falsehood.
Okay, fine. I'll ignore it. Whatever. But this is Anyway, so stop every the chashuv.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So we're saying so.
Anyway,
so
he's saying a stama person is considered an adam chashuv, and at least from a suffix you need to get because it's possible that he is an adam chashuv. Elabi dual pichakiras chacham shezahu adam she'ein chashuv, unless the rabbanim look into it and they see that he's a person that's not chashuv. Interestingly, what exactly those qualifications that the rabbanim are supposed to use for that, I don't know. Perhaps it goes by things like in other places, like for example, people who are like Ehven, which is probably maybe why they don't bring down all the qualifications, because there are in other places qualifications of a person who's considered what do you call it, a base character, you know what I'm saying, gamblers and these kind of things, card players, gamblers, whatever, all these kind of things. Yeah. I'm guessing because that's qualified in other places, there's no need for him to requalify that the Chacham will know where in Shulchan Aruch to look in the different places that it speaks about who's considered an Adam Chashuv, and who's considered, of course, lowly person, that based on that. Rashba b'tshuva kosav, and the Rashba in a tshuva writes, "Abraisa mighty b'stam b'nei Adam shenim chashuvim." The Rashba holds no. He doesn't. He holds a little differently. He holds that stam that no, we're not talking about stam ben Adam nikra chashuv. We're talking about Adam chashuv means it's mamish and Adam chashuv, as opposed to stam b'nei Adam, as opposed to regular people. Anyway, that's the Rashba's views on that. Says the Beis Shmuel on the same thing. Meaning nikra Adam shein chashuv. Mash mastam b'nei Adam nikra chashuvim. So he brings in short what the Mechak just said, that it implies from the Mechaber's wording that stam people are called chashuvim, they're called important people, and the Rashba disagrees and writes that no, stam people are called not chashuv. The ayin what is this? Chesed? I don't remember what it is anymore. Sim Kuf Tzadik Sim Vav. Maybe it could be in that something. Anyway, in Omar, if he says Heilich Mone V'Sadem Machil Lach. If he says, here's a money, which is also a larger amount of money. And I think actually a month is it's like 100 dinners or something, or 10 dinners, 100 dinners, something, I don't remember. And buy yourself and go buy yourself a field. Zacha, he merits it. And this is an important person. I don't know exactly what the sugi is over there, but he's bringing a different case where, based on the wording, in other words, in the prisha that he used, they based on the wording in another case, it's clear there that the person, meaning an adam chashuv, means he's an adam chashuv, and a stam person is not an adam chashuv. So meaning the qualification is based on who's an adam chashuv, not who's on adam loy chashuv. That's interesting. That's why why is it mashma in the mechaber that stam a person is chashuv? Because his wording is we need a chakiras chacham, right, to know who's not an adam chashuv, implying that stam a person is. Whereas the Rashba holds all around. No, the stam a person is not chashuv, and an adam chashuv you have to know he's an adam chashuv. And the Prisha brings another case. I'm not sure what that case is. We'd have to find that case. But that another case where the qualification has to be that he's an adam chashuv. That not that stam people aren't chashuv, and he uses that as a proof that to hear also to support the Rashba that a regular person, stam people are considered not important. Not like what is implied in the mechaber. So now the Ramah said, and some, right, yesh machmirim, some are stringent, even if she didn't say that to him first, even if she didn't first say, take this and betroth me with it, and I will be betrothed with it. Says the Chalkis Gam Hatur Kos of Cain. The Tur also writes like this: V'nir dehu adinim hu lo yamar klum rak hi amar v'nosna v'hu adam chashav v'kibu b'shtika. And it would seem that the same would hold true if he didn't say nothing, but rather she said to him, "Take this dinner, a present, and I will be betrothed to you," and he takes it and doesn't say nothing. And he's an important person. He's not a chashuv. So it would seem that it would also be a problem. It's the same like he gave it to her. Why? Because he's giving her the benefit, the enjoyment of him enjoying it. And so it's like he gave it and she said, which, like we know, if he gave it and she said, there is a sveika, there's a suffix there. It's not a for sure Kiddushin, but we have a problem that it's a suffix Kiddushin at least, midrabanan, and therefore they would require a get. V'ayin be-Magid Mishnah perikei milchus issues. V'ayin be-Bach kosav, and so see in Magid Mishnah, I don't know what's there, but v'ayin be-Bach and see what the Bach wrote about it. Kosav de l'maisa tzorich l'siyashiv. That that in action you have to I think it needs it's sort of like tzarechiyun. The ulay yesh lachush, because maybe you have to worry about das hilchos gedelis to the opinion of the halachos gedelis. The posak lechumra that he ruled stringently. Af ba'adam she'enei chashuv b'nosna hiva omarhu. In a case where she gave and he said. So he's even a person who's not important. He paskin l'chumra. He paskin stringently. that you have to worry about maybe it's a Kiddushin. But I'm b'tshuvas Rashba sim taryag, and see in the Rashba mashmos devarov shebahai gavna machmer odem b'odem chashuv, that the Rashba says, and remember the Rashba is the one who says that stam a person is not an odem chashuv. But even the Rashba says that the mashmos of the halachos gedolos is that would be stringent by a person who's important, or alternatively, if they were talking about marriage, because then that makes it even more like he said, since they were talking about it first. Now, as far as the actual halacha, even when he was talking to her about marriage right just beforehand, and he's even an important person. Kol shenosna bistam v'loy amra ve'eskadei shlach, as long as she gave it to him stam, and she didn't say, meaning now he's placing great importance on the wording in the mechaber here, of take this and I will be betrothed to you. But even if they were, so he says that according that the halacha, even if they were talking about Kiddushin and he's an important person, but she did not say and I will be betrothed to you, af shediberu leimahani. Even if he would say something, it doesn't help. Even if he says, it doesn't help. Why? The ein kol isha dait l'adam chashuv. Rak daita lekabel mimenu v'lo litin levayin sham. That not every woman is looking to give enjoyment to the important person. Rather, she's looking to receive from him, not to give to him. Right? She's looking to receive something in return for a gift, and therefore, unless she said specifically, "And I will be betrothed to you," this doesn't prove that's what her intention was to be betrothed, and obviously,
I don't get it. You're saying maybe she gave the gift just stam
or for with a personal agenda.
And not a personal agenda that he be married to her, but
just a personal agenda to gain his favor, to whatever it is, right? Again,
she's just a fan.
We're talking about this. Was talking about that where she did not say, "And I will be betrothed to you."
Yeah, I know.
Because if she says, "I'll be betrothed to you," then it's clear that that's what her
intention
was. Right? But,
I get it. She's a fan. You know, he's her favorite singer. He's her favorite rabbi,
or whatever, or her face, her you know what I mean. Her family has dealings with him or whatever, and he's she's hoping she'll gain employment of some kind or whatever else. Yeah.
What's regard? When what's the name? When there was the lady who gave the tambourine to the Rebbe that said Yechi on it, she wasn't trying to be. There's no shilas of Kiddushin there.
Right.
She's a fan. She's a chassid of the Rebbe. She loves the Rebbe. She doesn't want to necessarily be, like she wasn't looking for that. She was just looking for, to gain the Rebbe's favor, that the Rebbe enjoy it. The Rebbe, right? There's no. Okay, sorry.
Right, and by the way, he's saying like this he's saying bring the same case to Mechaber. Besides for Viskadi, well, first of all, there's a different. He's saying even if the person says Hari Atmi Kodeshes Bahnazu, it's still no good. If she didn't say Veskadi Shlach, and I will be betrothed to you. So in the case of giving a tambourine, it's not. There's no problem at all because it's A, she didn't say Veskadi Shlach, and B, he didn't say Hari Atmi Kodeshes Bahnazu. So neither of those things. The only thing that does exist is clearly it's an Adam Chashuv.
Right.
Also, the lav dafka is that lav dafka was that tambourine worth a dinner until the Rebbe took the gift. then that tambourine, whoever's it is now, or maybe it's nobody's, maybe it's just hektish, maybe it's just in the Rebbe's library. I don't know what in his possessions, but whoever will give $100,000 to Chabad of will get this tambourine that was gifted to the Rebbe.
Right. I wanted to look up how much is a dinar, and what's hilarious is that there's a current currency today in Iraq called a dinar, and it's only worth 0.0008 cents.
Inflation, man, huh?
Talk
about inflation.
I don't think it's that dinar.
No.
Oh my God.
No, by the way, it could be that it is that dinar. But remember, just like by us, where a silver dollar is silver, right? Whereas a dollar is a piece of paper representing. So the original dinar is now probably worth millions of the current paper dinar, just like a silver dollar is worth a lot more than a dollar.
Well, so yeah, it's really to weight. I just quickly looked it up. Of a dinar 6 ma. Ma was called a gator in the time of Moshe. Ma is basically 2 pundion. A pundion is 2 isar. And basically you're talking about a ma is about 16 barley coins. And isar is 4 barley corns. So it goes to weight of food. So however much barley corns are valued today.
Right, which is interesting because I think a pruta is half a barley corn.
Yeah, it had pruta here. Hold on a second. It said a pruta is half a barley corn. Yeah, exactly. Good memory.
No, it's not a good memory. It's just that it's in the next
Oh.
I cheated.
Okay, there you go.
I cheated.
There you go. Well, let's go. Oh, here we go. Even better. Here's it has, I think, modern thingamajigs.
Oh, what's
volume?
Yeah. Which is interesting because it's kind of weird that they put out like, a pruta is worth 10 cents. But wait a second. Nowadays, I remember they said, I remember learning that 20 years ago that a pruta is worth 10 cents. But a pruta is not, but 10 cents isn't 10 cents anymore.
Not necessarily. Basically, so how they do it, for example, like pruta, and they have a website called torahcalc.com. All these different measurements according to the different opinions, and they lay it out. So according to the Shulchan and the Rambam, it's 0.024 grams of silver. And then you just have to look up how much is silver. So when this website was made, actually, it said it was approximately 0.021 US dollars. So even less. It's like 2 cents.
0.21.
No. Yeah, 0.021.
$0.021.
Yeah, so
so 2 cents.
So decimal point to cents. It's 2 cents. Yeah, at the time. Yeah, again, you have to look.
Right. I always heard approximately 10 cents,
but yeah, 2, and then the rest of them, they just do what's the pruta, and then you got to figure out what's the rest because everything else is based off pruta.
Hey, we can what's it called? We can make a fortune. We'll make a halachic money calculator.
Hold on, a dinar is 2
money calculator that pegs to the current value of silver. And then you can change it into any and silver into any worldwide monetary value. So if anybody ever needs to figure out, how they have centimeters to inches, we'll have like a pruta to dollar, pruta to franc, pruta to. That's it.
So wait, how many?
That's it. Yeah. We never have to work again.
Right, hold on, but help me with this math for a second. So basically, I'm just gonna so 8 prutas is an isar. Okay, so that's
So
you have a calculator open?
Yeah, 1 second.
So let's just go off 2 cents, okay?
Fine, 2 cents.
Okay, so 2 times 8, so it's 16 cents is an isar. Okay, now next, I guess we have, so dinar says 2 istra, and istra is 3 mea. Okay, so isar, okay, pundion is 2 isar, so multiply
32.
by 2.
So that's 32.
32. Then a mea is 2 pundion, so multiply again by 2.
Okay, 64.
64. Istira is 3 mea, so times 3.
Okay, it's $1.92.
And a dinar is 2 istira. So it's $5.
$3.84.
Yeah, barely $4. Interesting. And now I'm curious, what's the current value of silver, of that amount of silver? That amount of points. Okay, come on, where? Silver. Come on. Why aren't you showing me? Why aren't you telling me? What is? Okay. Well, 1 gram of silver today is 87 cents. So now I'll do 87 divided.
So what? How much was the pruta?
And pruta was 0.02. Was it 0.0? I have it saved in my clipboard. Let's see. 0.024. So it's 87.
That's how many grams it is?
Yeah.
So what do you say was 84?
So 1 gram.
0.024.
No. 0.024 times 0.87 is 1 gram. Wait, what? I know, how would you do that math? If 1 gram is 87 cents, so how do I figure out how much
it comes out to about 0.021.
It's like it's 2 cents basically.
Yeah, 2.1.
Okay, so then they weren't that, the website is not that far off. I guess it's not that. It was updated probably recently or whatever it is. Maybe silver hasn't moved that much since the website was made, but yeah, it's like 0.02088 instead of 21. Fine. So yeah, but good. So yeah, so it's interesting. A dinar is not even that much. It's only it's $4 as opposed to 10 cents. We're
such capitalists here. Even when we're discussing marriage economics, it's economics comes into the picture.
Seriously, but no, I was, because the old thing I always thought it was, the amount that has to be college somebody could be one of those little rinky dink, at the video game place, the little coin 25 cent.
That's
ring.
That's already more. That's a 25 cent.
That's already 25 cents instead of, we're saying here it's like 2 cents, mamish, and then a dinar is only $4. Like mamish, yeah. If you win, some piece of jewelry or something, anything of value, at the as a little kid, if you give anything of value to your crush or whatever, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to pay. Yeah. Well, a kid. The thing with a kid is a kid is in the bardas though. So maybe
right, any bardas stuff, right.
And the whole thing, it has to be dafka
midas. Right, so let's say over bar mitzvah.
Right, but still, I mean, whatever, Yeah. I mean, not only that, we're talking about even cousins. I know in modern day America they consider that very West Virginia. And the pile in our current day of what's it called? What's those checks we do?
Very sharp.
You see, thank God. Now that my second kid is married and the third one is not on the rise, and I forgot what they're called. But like in our days of Daryu Sharm, or even like people.
Meaning it's even less of an issue to marry a cousin because you could find out that, Baruch Hashem, our kids will be fine. And there's plenty of big Lubavitch families who do just that. They're marrying cousins, and they do a Daryu Sharm test, and they say, okay, so we don't have to worry.
It's a lot less common nowadays, but still, it's 100%. It's 100% legal in there.
I still see it on online. People with the same last names marrying each other.
Right. No, I know when I was it could be second cousins, third cousins. No, but I know of many cases first cousins.
No, but I'm saying names of people I know that I know they're first cousins. So
right. Okay. Yeah, it's true because the Daryu Sharm it tells you if although it's a little bit weird because you would think that if your mom is that close in the and the gene pool, you for sure share a very strong genetic bond.
You might share certain genetics, but Baruch Hashem, I think a lot of the problematic stuff is because cousins used to be closer to each other, because there were a lot of cousins marrying cousins.
Well, because it was right. It was generations and generations of cousins.
Yeah. Today's
I mean, not only that, by the way, not just cousins. If you had certain shtetls or whatever, right? And generally, you married within the shtetl, right? The whole shtetl, fine. Let's say for hundreds of years or whatever, it could be basically 5 same families.
Right.
So everybody's cousins and cousins and cousins and cousins many times over. Okay. Anyway, says the Beis Shmuel v'yesh machmirim, right? Reiv Peskim Savri Leikein. Most of the Peskim hold this way, like the Ramah, that even if she did not say first, which is interesting because the Chalkes Mechekik just got done saying that even if everything else is there, if she didn't say first, it would seem it's nothing. But he says most of Peskim hold that this is the way it is. And this is also the Rosh and the Ran and Rabbi Yerucham and the Magid. That they wrote in this sugya, in this regarding this matter, that when she gives and he says it's Kiddushin, afilu loy amre v'eskadish lach. Like the Ramah says, not like the Chalkes Mechekik is saying that even if she did not first say when she was giving it to him, saying I will be betrothed to you. The why? Because this whole matter is not talking about when she said. It's talking about when he said. She gave, he said. And so it seems in the Taisvis, I guess that whole sugya in the Gemara is talking about, and it says nothing about, I guess, about that she says v'skadish lach. I feel him v'skadish. But also you look at b'amrehi v'chein nir mitaisis v'ayim b'shuv zerash b'sham and see the shuv zerash b'mavur explains kishloi amrehi v'skadish lach havi safek Kiddushin. So the Rashba holds that if she said v'skadish lach, it's for sure Kiddushin. Remember, obviously we're talking about when it's an Adam Chashuv, which, depending on your opinion, what that means. But according to the Rashba himself, it means only Mamash and Adam Chashuv. But the Rashba says over there that if she does not say that, if she says v'skadish lach, it's a Kiddushin. If she does not say, it's a Safek Kiddushin, it's a questionable Kiddushin, which means they're not married, but we would require a get. Afilu im dibri ma miski Kiddushin, even if they were talking about iski Kiddushin beforehand, it's still only a Safek. Why? The Shema ein ritzayin liskadish l'adam chashuv. Maybe her intention is not to be betrothed to an important person. Meaning not Bechlav, that she doesn't want to be betrothed to an important person at all, but meaning that, like we said before, maybe she has an ulterior motive. The Shema Ladas Haigoin, Afilu Odom She'ein Chashuv Havi Safek Kiddushin. According to the Haigoin, it's not. So according to the Rashba, we're talking about only if it's an Odom Chashuv and it's Mamish an Odom Chashuv. And if she says v'skadish lach, it's 100% Kiddushin. If she doesn't say it, it's a Safek Kiddushin. According to Haigoin, even if it's not an important person, and she gave it to him, and he didn't say v'skadish lach, and she didn't say v'skadish lach, and then he says Hariyat Mekudeshesli, b'hanazu, then it's still a Safek Kiddushin. Gambaran hevi divrei Haigoin, and the Ran also brings these words of Haigoin. Ubach machmer kedas Haigoin. The Bach is also machmer like Haigoin because of the ma'aser tzarich lis yashiv, and he says that that's the same thing with the Bach. So he brings the same Bach the Chelkes Mechekik said is that Bepoil. It's basically tzarich iyun. It's not clear. Okay. Yud, Sif Yud.
Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I think.
Yeah, it's a short. We'll just finish the thing. It's a short.
Okay, yeah, we'll just finish up Sif Yud. Fine. So. Yeah, sorry, I was just getting the call from the other share, but let's just share kesef shem kachin by mishekel chetzi shiora kesef tzaruf. The minimum amount of money that can be used to be in kaddish somebody is the weight of half a barley's worth of pure silver.
Right, seeing Yodah Simonite Samadava, whatever. What the shir says there's no Bishmonis. The Chalkem Mechekik says. This is talking about that this is for sure good. However, if you gave less than that, it doesn't automatically mean that it's not a Kiddushin. It could still be a Safli Kiddushin if you gave less. See later. The something and so basically the Smeder says that it could be its relative because meaning that we're saying silver. Hang on a second, silver also moves around in value, meaning it moves around based on how they have the basket of bread in economics. So what if fruit and bread and things like that are very expensive right now, which means silver, because silver doesn't really have a fixed value. It also has relative. So see there if it's always this amount of silver, or if that could be relative also, and silver could be valued at more or less. That's the end of Chazayin. I don't know if we do Chavches. I don't know. Whatever. We'll look up.
We'll look it up for next time.
What the next siman is, but that's the end of siman Chav Zayin.
Yeah, wonderful day.